Welcome back to the Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and today we're back at it with another classic, something that's so close to our hearts. We all want to see more of, there's never enough of it, and that would be, wait for it, millennial money. And today they're switching it up a little bit with the title because the new title of this video is Living Together on $124K a year in Portland, Oregon. Millennial money. That is some very exciting, good old-fashioned millennial cohabitation right there, living together. And I gotta say, I like how they're spicing things up a little bit. We have millennial mortgage, I can't wait to see more of that. We got living together. We gotta do boomer bucks like a few other people suggested on my previous videos. Have some older people, I don't wanna call boomers necessarily older, but have some more life experienced people on the channel as well. I think that would do so well. I think that would be so exciting to watch. And I think that might give us another perspective on more than just millennial money. So with that said, let's see what people are doing living together on $124,000 a year in Portland, Oregon. And let's all make sure we do our part to destroy the YouTube algorithm for the like button, if you wouldn't mind doing that already. They make it seem like a club in here. I like this. This is millennial money.
I'm Marissa and I'm 25.
I'm Jacob and I'm 28.
Together we make $124,000 a year.
And we live in Portland, Oregon.
Oh yeah, you can already tell based on their jobs, they're gonna be educated, they're gonna be good at saving money. I would be shocked if they're doing anything bad in this video. So I'm going into this video right now already expecting everything is gonna be perfect, it's all gonna be grand, it's all gonna be rainbows and blue skies and everyone's gonna be happy. So I'm gonna go with this video from the perspective of probably everything that they're doing is right. I'm guessing, but let's see, I could be wrong here. Maybe they're just massively screwing up, but just based on this alone, like if she's in accounting, I highly doubt they're like mobbing around in like M5 BMWs and Range Rovers and stuff like that. But let's see, stranger things have happened.
I will say that working for a nonprofit, I don't make as much as what I could at a different business, but I really enjoy the people that I work with and the organization that I work for. And so I think that kind of outweighs the fact that I could be making more elsewhere.
You know what, I'm wondering how quickly the turnaround was on this video because you can see her calendar, it says February, and we're watching this basically not even 2 weeks into February. So did she put this ahead just so that when the video posts, it shows as February and it's congruent with the posting date? I don't know, because I know a lot of these episodes were filmed like a few months ago and then they post now. So that is one thing to, just makes me consider there. Oh, I love that Costco wholesale card, good for them. I'm excited about this.
I am an accountant by day and I'm definitely an Excel nerd. I've created an Excel budget template, and so that's what I like to use to track all of our income and expenses and keep updated on how our budget is going month by month.
I already know there's nothing for me to yell about in this video, so I'm just gonna get my yelling out of the way that there's nothing for me to get angry about. I already know they're gonna do so well. CNBC, you gotta pick people who are screwing up. Get someone on the show who's making 750 grand, who's spending 800,000 of that, and is so confused, like, why am I broke? Why is this? Like, I can never make enough money. Like, that's what I wanna see. We wanna see more of that.
Our mortgage payment is about $2,400 a month, and that also includes taxes, insurance, and PMI because we didn't put 20% down when we bought the house. So we spend about $300 a month on groceries and another $100 a month on eating out.
Okay, so let's see their budget and see what I can complain about here. So we got savings, $4,115 a month, 401k, 401(b), Roth, HSA, high yield. They're doing everything right. Okay, so I'll give them a round of applause. Everything is good there. Then we got the mortgage, $2,398. Includes principal, interest, PMI. I don't like PMI, but whatever. Taxes and insurance. Now I gotta say $2,400 a month on housing for their income is really low, not considering that a portion of that is going towards home equity. So it actually brings that down to a lot less. And I'm not sure too if they're writing off any additional expenses beyond that. So that mortgage payment is, I give a thumbs up on that. Then we got donations, $750 a month, and hopefully some of that is going towards the 20-cent iced coffee foundation to raise awareness that people don't need to spend money at Starbucks. So as long as a portion of that is going to that cause, I would be very happy. But then we got food, $400 a month, groceries and restaurants. You know what, that I gotta say is decent for groceries and restaurants. Like some people could go out and spend that on like a few nights eating at a restaurant. So This, again, I don't see any problems with it. Then we got utilities and Wi-Fi, $372 a month. Seems a little high on the utilities. I think Wi-Fi should probably be about 85 of that, which leaves about 300, let's say, give or take on utilities. You could probably get that down a little bit, but I'm not gonna nitpick too much here. Because then we got insurance, $331 a month. Health, dental, vision, car, life. That is actually a pretty good deal, I would say, for everything all included for 2 people. Another round of applause for that. Then we got MISC, period, colon, $256. That would be entertainment household items. Again, I don't see a problem with that. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then we got $200 a month personal spending. That's fine. $150 a month on gas, that's fine. And then phone bill, $150 a month on 2 phones. That's fine. There's really nothing in this budget that I could get angry at, except, maybe they can get their utilities down a little bit more by doing laundry on off-peak electrical hours. That would make me happy, but otherwise, I don't see a problem here.
And a lot of our eating out is us going to happy hour.
Happy hour? What? This is like music to my ear. What is going on here? Is this some parallel universe where it's like this seems weird. This is weird. This is a perfect video.
So we started our debt-free journey right when we got married. I had graduated college and then we got married a couple months after that. And so we just lived our lives like we were college students, even though we were bringing in an income. And that really helped us to be able to put more money towards paying off debt.
I wonder, by the way, if that is his side of the dresser. I'll stop. Good for them, though. That's a significant amount of debt to pay off, but I do have to say I do have a criticism right here. Finally, something I can nitpick on. When she opens her refrigerator, you see that she's paid for Philadelphia cream cheese. As we all know, Philadelphia is double the price of Kroger cream cheese, which is pretty much the exact same thing. So if you want to save even more money, just don't ever buy Philadelphia cream cheese. I've literally covered this in previous videos of mine that Kroger is so much cheaper.
The big one would be after we were married for a year, we actually moved out of our apartment and we moved in with Marissa's parents. We still paid them rent, but it allowed us to dump almost all of our income after, paying insurance and paying all of our other expenses. Everything else just went to debt and we were able to pay it off much quicker because of that.
You know what, good for them. That is so smart to do. I honestly think younger people have no business going off and living on their own and like all their own expenses if they're saddled with student loan debt. Like, it makes sense. If your parents allow it, move back home. Pay a little bit of rent or pay nothing or whatever your parents agree for you to do, and then knock out the debt. You don't need to go directly from college and then ball it up in your own place. Do this. This is what you want to do.
It feels awesome to be homeowners after living in an apartment for a couple years. We saved and saved and saved, and then finally were able to afford a down payment for a house. So we moved in just a couple months ago and we are loving it. It's nice to have our own space.
Owning a home was always our end goal for paying off debt and being just really mindful of our finances, and so it feels honestly like we're living the dream.
That looks like a nice place too, especially if they're settling down and they know they're going to be living here for a long time. I think just buying a place and owning it makes total sense.
I have a YouTube channel at Marissa Lida and also have a website and an Instagram account where I talk about life and money and how you can enjoy life while still accomplishing financial goals through the use of a budget.
There we go. Great self-promotion there, and even more self-promotion here on this channel. Make sure to subscribe to it. I'll link to your information down below in the description.
I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years, and before then I started my blog of The Budgeting Life, where I was sharing our debt-free journey, and I've been doing that for about 3 years.
Oh yeah, she's definitely going to be making way more money from this as her channel starts growing over time. I mean, it's a great business, and I'm so happy, by the way, that personal finance and saving money is finally becoming a little bit more like mainstream. Like, this is becoming a thing that people think is, dare I say it, cool. Now it's like cool to save money, and now it's like cool to be smart and budget and stuff like that. Like, that stuff makes me so happy because I feel like 6 years ago, like, none of this stuff was really as mainstream or popular as it is today. So I'm super excited to see this come up, and I hope it's a thing that's going to last, by the way. Like, my biggest fear is for this just to seem like a fad, and then after a while people are like, budgeting sucks, I don't like saving money. And then they stop doing it. So I'm hoping this is a lasting change and a positive trend for a very long time. Let's continue it.
So I definitely started my blog as a hobby. When Jacob and I got married, we immediately were working on paying off our student loans. And I had a lot of people asking me questions about what are you doing and why are you doing that? And so I decided to start a blog just for a hobby to be able to share our experience. And I did that for about a year until I then started actually deciding to take it seriously and learned that you actually could make money from the internet. And that's when I started making money from my blog and YouTube channel.
See, I really believe that's the right way to go about doing something like this, because you could tell when someone does something purely for fun, just as a hobby, it really comes through in the work that they do versus if another person is doing it for money. Like, you can tell the people who just start a YouTube channel because they're like, I want to make some of that money, that YouTube money. Versus, on the other hand, someone like her who's just like, I really enjoy this, I want to share my excitement. It really just comes through in the work that they do and people can tell, and that's why I believe people who start doing this for fun as a hobby end up doing way better long term than the people who just start immediately because they see the paychecks and they want money. In fact, almost every personal finance YouTuber that I know myself personally has started off as a hobby, and those are like the big channels. Almost anyone you could think about has started it off for fun as a hobby in the very beginning, and then as it grows organically, they start making some money on it as a byproduct of just doing what they enjoy.
Marissa actually was still driving her high school car when we first got married, and for I guess about 3 years of our marriage. And then I was driving a truck that I had gotten in college.
Is that truck plasti dipped? I can't tell. It looks kind of like matte, satin, flat. It looks like a plasti dip. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's like a spray paint or something.
So we decided it was time to upgrade. So now we currently drive a new to us 2006 Honda Pilot that has about 190,000 miles on it, and then a 2013 Corolla. And we were able to use both the sale of our old cars as well as a little bit of cash to pay both of those in full.
Good for them. They're gonna lose almost no money in depreciation on these cars. These are cars, by the way, that they could drive for like the next 5-6 years, barely lose any money on them, and then if they need to sell them, they're gonna get a lot of their money back. Not all of it, but a lot of it. That's the way to do it.
Our wedding was paid for by our families, which was really awesome. And so we used all of that money to cover costs for our wedding, and it cost less than like $10,000. And we had an awesome time, and we were able to save a little bit of that extra money, and we actually used it to put towards our very first loan that we paid off.
Oh, see, that's the way to do it. That makes me so happy to hear. That's the way to do it. Look at that. You don't need to spend like $50,000, $40,000 on a wedding. Look at what they have now. They still have an amazing memory. They have a great experience, and they got a property they could go back to every single day. So they could watch my videos and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. That is ideal. Why do they have everyone cheers their food? Like, they had me do that with my girlfriend. It's like, nobody ever does that. I have never sat there and just like had a bite of food. I'm like, wait a second, before I eat this, cheers to the food.
As far as our savings go, we contribute monthly to a 401k, a 403b, and a Roth IRA.
And then I actually have an HSA through my employer that I save for medical expenses, as well as we have our $25,000 emergency fund that we are putting towards.
Oh, this makes me sick because there's nothing I could critique because everything is so perfect. Like, they have the exact guidebook of everything they should be doing and they're just doing it. I should just let them speak instead.
We do travel now that we are debt-free. We've been able to go, like I said, on a cruise, and we also have gone to Hawaii a couple times. And so we have been able to go on those trips because we've saved a little bit of money each month to go towards travel. Just like a few $100s each month have added up to go on vacations.
That, I gotta say, is the wrong answer. You don't do that. You open up credit cards, you meet the minimum spend, you get the points, and then you spend the points. That's how you get free travel. I always get upset when people spend any money on travel whatsoever because you don't need to do that. Why? Just start opening up credit cards, getting the free travel. There you go, saved you more money.
Sometimes we'll have a trip planned and I'll know that this trip is going to cost us, $3,000, and then I take that amount and divide it up by how many months until this trip, and I can save that amount each month.
You know what? I actually like that. That's a really cool way of thinking about it, is figuring out the end cost and then when you want to do it and then finding a plan to reach that goal. I've never heard of that, but it makes a lot of sense. I like it.
I think that maybe we were a little bit extreme in our debt payoff journey, and maybe you don't need to be as extreme as we were to pay off debt, but I will say that I am really thankful that we paid off our debt as soon as possible, and we did it like right when we got married, because those couple years of sacrifice were hard, but now we get to live the life that we've dreamed of, and we've only been married for 4 years now.
I like this episode a lot. I like them both. I think they're doing such a phenomenal job. It's honestly the perfect example of what everyone should aspire to do and what everyone should be working towards. They really just took everything out of the playbook and then applied it to their own life, followed it consistently, and this is the result. And I gotta say, big round of applause for them doing everything correctly and not giving me anything to be upset about. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And by the way, I just started up a brand new mentoring program down below in the description for anyone who wants to check that out. It's a small private group that we meet once a week and we discuss anything that you want to talk about, whether it's finance related, YouTube related, real estate related, really anything related that comes to mind that you want to work on or improve. That's what we end up talking about. So if you want to join that group, the link is down below in the description. And as always, you guys, with that out of the way, feel free to also add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily. So if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. And if you have not already got your 2 free stocks, the link to that is also down below in the description. Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 in the platform. One of those stocks could be valued up to $1,400. And Webull is basically a free stock trading platform similar to Robinhood. A little bit more advanced, but they do have more features, so I'd highly recommend that, and you get the 2 free stocks. So anyway, link to that is down below in the description. Let me know what 2 free stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.